government officials are threatening to not certify a Trump 2024 win.
What can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to kick it to Congress, so it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in Civil War conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job.
Effective on September 27th, 2024, DoD Directive 5240.01 states in Section 3.3 that defense intelligence components may provide personnel to assist a federal department or agency, including a federal law enforcement agency or a state or local law enforcement agency, when lives are in danger. Authorization for lethal force simply requires the approval of the Secretary of Defense and would provide assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. This could include another protest over rigged elections or another fake pandemic.
U.S. military now is authorized to kill Americans on U.S. soil. Send in the troops. We need you to shoot a couple of these people. Yeah. They're opposing our policies. They're demonstrating against COVID rules or something they'll come up with. So I think it's very, very dangerous. And hopefully people wake up. Maybe people will say, well, this was just a political stunt for the campaign or something like that to act tough. But I tell you what, sometimes they come up and nobody warned us that they were going to do this. It wasn't discussed in the Congress, and it's been sitting there. The main thing that most people should have known about is that you're not supposed to use the federal military to enforce laws.
It is important to remember that the military follows orders. The U.S. Army Delta Force, who were involved with murdering American women and children at Waco, were all in with helping the Justice Department in going after protesters during the WTO protests in Seattle. Joe Biden says he expects violence after the election, and he recently extended the national emergency declared on September 12, 2018, to continue beyond the 2024 election with respect to the threat of foreign interference in or undermining public confidence in United States elections. A recent article published by AP stated that the number one predictor of being classified as a mass casualty offender was having a U.S. military background, and falsely claimed that since 2017, nearly 100 people have been killed or injured by U.S. veterans. The demonization of U.S. patriots has been going on for decades, just as government agencies were behind orchestrating the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping plot and January 6th, they were behind the Oklahoma City bombing. After 9/11, the Patriot Act redefined domestic terrorism to include those who attempt to influence government policy by intimidation, but did not define what exactly intimidation means. In 2009, Homeland Security issued a report that listed returning Afghanistan and Iraq military vets as potential terrorist risks, and that right-wing extremism may include groups opposed to abortion and immigration. A leaked bulletin from the U.S. Coast Guard described militia members and patriots as white supremacists and potential terrorists. The Department of Justice released a memo saying that people who have conspiracy theories that the CIA arranged for 9/11 to legitimize the invasion of foreign lands need to be considered as potential terrorists. This has been brewing for decades, and it appears that the stage is now being set for rounding up those who seek to preserve the U.S. Constitution. Reporting for InfoWars, this is Greg Reese.